We are traveling in Central Asia. We start from Samarkand, the mythical city, and we will go to Tajikistan and to have some beautiful place here around. We will treat some patients and we will discuss about the specific phases of Central Asia. Let's travel together. I love history and I love anthropology. That's why this place is fantastic for me. It's the tomb of Tamerlane, just behind this window. There is this tomb, and this is the map of this incredible empire starting from India, arriving till Anatolia. It's a dark legend because Tamerlane was a very cruel warlord, and even after that it creates some problems. In fact, his tomb was covered by a big and very precious, very expensive stone made by jade. And what's happened? That a merchant stole this stone, tried to sell it, but the stone was broken and he had a lot of problems. He was so lucky that say, okay, Tamerlane, I give you back the jade. And so the jade was still there when a scientist, an anthropologist, a very famous Russian anthropologist, opened the tomb in order to understand if the man buried there was really Tamerlane. And it was, because the skeleton has damages on the bone of the legs. The name Tamerlane comes from Timur, which was his real name, and Lang, which means man with problem on the legs. And so what's happened? Then when he opened the tomb, he found a sentence, and the sentence said, keep attention, do not disturb me, if not a warlord more cruel than me will create problem to you. And it was true finally, because in 1941, 3 days after the opening of the tomb, Hitler entered in Russia. So it was a really big problem. And you see, Tamerlane is famous till now. A lot of Uzbek people visit his tomb every day. And after 1 year, after that they understand the shape of the face of Tamerlane, so we reconstruct the shape of the face, is a Mongolian face. They closed the tomb, they buried him again, and what's happened? That the Russian at that moment won the Stalingrad battle, and so Hitler started to lose his power. So perhaps the legend was really. We are inside one of the big mosques in the history of Islam, which was constructed in a quite short time, only in 5 years, by Timur. Timur was a warlord so powerful that he said, okay, I can make the biggest mosque in the world by collecting all the most famous architects, who of course has to come here, don't have any other choice, and by collecting the most interesting stones and marbles and so on everywhere. So he used more than 200 elephants to bring everyone and everything here. The problem was that the construction was not so good, because half of the brick were cooked, half were not, and the final result is that only after 20 years the building collapsed. And that's why this magnificent part, it's restored. It's restored. If we look at the photos of the Soviet Union period, we can see that, for example, half of the place behind me is collapsed and is new, but is really so fascinating to see half of the couple with the original element, with this incredible blue color, which of course is linked to the idea of paradise, of heaven and so on. And it's really fantastic to think that it was constructed, this magnificent building, more than 600 years ago. Guardate che meraviglia questa cupola, 600 anni di storia con queste bellissime maioliche azzurre che ricordano il paradiso, è veramente un posto meraviglioso e unico. Look at this wonderful dome behind me, this fantastic blue color. It's incredible. Timur made it 600 years ago and we are still here. The science at the time of the Timurids kingdom was incredible advanced. Let's think that one of these kings created this astronomical lab, so invested an incredible quantity of money to construct this gallery. In the gallery there is a machine with the aim, because of the light and because of some other very complicated calculation, the aim was to calculate the exact timing of the year. And the calculation was so perfect, it was only 25 seconds different from the modern calculation. So it's really incredible. Very special place. It's the tomb of the prophet Daniel, which was a prophet at the time of Nabucodonosor, was a slave, of course, and he was a scientist, like the scientist that we have seen previously. He was very expert in astronomy. He was very close to Nabucodonosor, and Nabucodonosor created for him a big tomb in this old city, Susa, of the Persian Empire. When Tamerlane arrived in Susa, seeing some sign of the sanctity of this prophet, and bring the body with him in his capital, Samarkand. And the strange thing is that the burial site of the prophet Daniel is incredible long. It's more than 7 meters long. Why? Because the legends say that the feet of the prophet Daniel increase 1 centimeter every year. A strange legend. Like it's strange the treatment that we are going to do in our clinic. A treatment of the feet of our patient. And this is our patient. You can see he is dressed in black. All is covered except the feet and the hands. And this is the treatment that we will do in both areas by injecting the most natural filler, which is the fat of our patients. We will correct the sign of aging, the loss of volume of the subcutaneous tissue in the dorsum of the feet and of the hand. Finally, it's a very similar procedure. It's done under local anesthesia using this blunt cannula. It's not painful at all, and it guarantees a very natural correction of the sign of aging of our patients. So, very simple, a very uniform injection in order to cover the superficial vein, in order to cover the tendon, in order to improve the quality of the skin by the effect of the stem cells. This is our patients after the treatment, the two areas of our patients that are visible, the hand before and the hand after, with the correction of the sign of aging, and the same we compare pre and post of the feet.